inside of me. You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling this or never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm back. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, guys, if y'all haven't seen my video earlier, the live stream I did on Daisy's farm, going over there, I got new footage of Daisy, the baby, the cows, pretty much Benny, trying to tear the fence up, and a little bit of Sasquatch stuff, a Bigfoot. Me back in the woods doing the Bigfoot thing. It's quite comical, y'all. I have more videos. And then I did a short video on there. I went down the road on the side by side and met me a little friend on the side of the road, a little horse. Now me and that little horse is friends. So I did a video on that too. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a short video. But I do want to say welcome, everybody. And shout out to everybody that's in here. Let's see who we got. We got Innocence and Audrey and St. Louis Mama. Zigzag. Crystal, Alaska, Cool Gamer, Sammy, Brown Bear Jamboree, Sassy Gigi, Diamond Creations, Yo Baby Blondie, Innocence, Myrtle Burke, Denise, Walk the Line, Sweet D, Shelly Winters, Always Late, Hillbilly 29, Fitz, Shelley Winters, Rhonda Lynn, Crystal Bambridge, Always Late, Shih Tzu Mom Forever, Jennifer Watts, Clarice, D743, Killbister, Debbie Nelson, Polly Pam, Tracy Lugworth, Tina Bobina, Reap What You Sow, Frankie, Michelle Tucker. Let's see, Rhonda Lynn, Debbie Nelson. Am I forgetting anybody else? Shelly, Fitz, Michelle Tucker, Shih Tzu Mama, Tracy, Polly Pam, Audrey D, Killbister, Diamond Creations, Pray for My Daughter. What's the name of your song, by the way? Your sissy said she will send your pen with your daughter next week. Okay, thank you, Diamonds. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Diamonds. Pray for my daughter. That they just came into the ambulance to the hospital, but if not the best hospital, that her heart is beating so fast and they think she might have had a stroke. Huh. Prayers for your daughter, Shih Tzu Mama. I hope she's okay. I will. So scared I can't lose my girl. Prayers in Jesus' name. Well, luckily they got her at the hospital and they should be able to give her some medication to bring that heart rate down. Shih Tzu Mom. Prayers for her. Hello, Sun King. Zigzag. Shirley Chambers. Rocker Girl. All my dogs. Hello. Audria Presley. Vicky too. Let's see who else we got. Tina Bobina. Welcome. Daisy, have you heard anything about Morbid being sick? No, he's posting videos on his other channels. I haven't heard anything. Like Morbid, when he goes off somewhere else, he doesn't he'll stay gone for a little while and then he'll come back. Mm. But I want to talk about this case with Charlotte. I know she was found and stuff, but there is some speculation that there could possibly be that they're looking in that guy's yard for other possible victims. But I do want to read some stuff here that my sleuth, White Widow baby. Hey, Chrissy Prissy. Okay. She did find this information, and I do want to read this here. It says, let's see, the 47-year-old suspect who allegedly snatched the 9-year-old Charlotte Sena from an upstate New York campsite and then taunted her parents with a ransom note has been charged with her kidnap. Craig Nelson Ross, 47, was charged with first-degree kidnapping in the early hours of Tuesday morning and appeared for the arraignment in Milltown Court, according to the local outlet Times-Union. He was then booked into the Saratoga County Jail at 3:40 on Tuesday morning, where he is being held without bail. So there he is. This is the guy here. If you guys ain't already seen it. Hey, Wildfire! There's a morbid creation. I don't know if that's the same person or not. But yeah, this is the guy that allegedly kidnapped this girl. I don't know how he got her out of there without people seeing it, because she was really close to the other campsites, but allegedly he must have been stalking this little girl. And guys, if she hadn't been found and there wasn't a ransom note, they would have never found this guy. He would have got away with it. And they would have never figured out that this guy that has no previous history, I think he had a drunk driving record from early on his years, He was secluded. He lived in a camper trailer, and that's where the girl was found, actually, in a camper or in a cabinet. Yeah, he is guilty. They said he really didn't like talk to a lot of people, but allegedly he was getting custody partially through the week with his 11-year-old daughter. Like he had an 11-year-old daughter and he was getting like partial custody of her throughout the week. Yes, she was found safe. He had recently reports of SA from family members. Oh, I did not see that one. Hey, Lady 7 Up. I did not see that one, but look how creepy he is, guys. But he had to actually be like stalking her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty creepy. It looks like he's got a little blood here, like they roughed him up a little bit. I don't know. Thank God they got to this little girl in time before this monster. You know, they're not saying whether or not he. Apparently, he would have been charged for it if he would have done anything else. So thank. He has 3 kids. Thank God. And he's a mailman too. Not sure if they're a mailman. One of the news channels said her bike, when found, was sitting upright with the kickstand. I think he lured her. Yep, he probably did. Yeah. So he must have been watching them. Creepy dude, ain't he? Creepy looking dude. Yeah, he must have actually been watching her. So yeah. But here is some court records. The New York State Police just talking about the charges and stuff on her, on him, and yeah, Craig Ross, date of birth looks like 3/7/77. So he's not as old as I am. Home of, school of, so he's not allowed around different things. Just here. Yeah, I just want to show you some court records of him. Yeah. There we go. Kidnapping on the first degree. So right now, that's the only charge that I see that he has on him right now. But they are speculating that they are looking in his backyard. Digging. Hey, Kiki's. Poor Charlotte was terrified. I'm sure. He has very creepy. He's very creepy looking. Yes, he is. Somebody should have taken a nightstick. I don't know. He's crazy, Sun King. Really, really scary guy. Um, Craig Ross, arraignment 7/3. It's his birthday, and this is just some information on him. Let's see. Hang on. Let me take that down for just a second, man. Hang on. Let me see here for just a second, y'all. I'm sorry. Christopher Ross, yeah. This is just some information on him, on his family history and stuff. But we won't show all that because we don't want to expose his family. But allegedly, JLR was outside of his home when his son went by, or one of his family members' home, and asked his son how he felt, and his son said that he pretty much hated him and he wanted nothing to do with him. The family must have been wealthy. Why did he choose that family? Are they wealthy? I think they are. Even in the county jail, he's fed. Right, right. They got three hots and a cot in jail. He's not a mailman. Another local channel there said that then removed it. He was not working due to MS. That's what I thought. What makes me mad is we all know if they're sickos put their hands on a child and a high up government official, they would be locked up for life. Yeah, exactly. It's not, it's scary to know, hey, Lone Star. It's scary to know he watched them. They probably never noticed. Everyone calls me paranoid, but I have cameras everywhere outside. And that's a good thing to have. Hey, kind hearted. Where have you been? You've missed up my nighttime routine. Ah, I sincerely miss you. Hey, kind hearted. Hey, Laura P. I'm surprised the cops let JLR near the place at this early stage. Well, the thing is, have there even been an interview with the parents? I don't think I've even seen a interview with the parents. I find that odd. I do find that odd. I don't know. I think that's one thing that kind of gets me a little bit is there's not been an interview with the parents. Have we even seen the parents? And the governor got involved in this case. So you know how I am with these rabbit holes, guys. JLR didn't go on the property. He stood on the side of the road. Yeah. Hey, brainworms! The family is asking all pictures of her not to be shown after taking off social media. They said the case is over with. Well, the case is not over with yet, brainworms. Daisy, I've missed y'all so much. I've missed you too. Have you been all right, Goddess Love? There's no pictures of the parents at all or interviews. That's odd. I find that odd, guys. I can't help it. Parents gave a statement that they're not going to do one. Have we seen the parents' statement? No, 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 nothing. Makes you wonder, don't it? Sometimes. And the governor got involved. I don't know. Wasn't Charlotte found at his mother's house in the closet? I thought it was his house. And wasn't it in like a? No, it was in a house, wasn't it? I agree not to put Charlotte's picture up. She is a victim of crime. They are not giving one because of the kids. Yeah, but when she first went missing, they didn't do it either. I don't know, you know. I don't know. I've always got that little birdie in the back of my head that says, "Could this be something else?" Because normally you would see a lot more people interviewed, and for this case to go as big as it is, I don't know. I could be wrong. In a camper he lived on behind his mother's trailer. Okay, is where she's found. I thought she was found in a camper too, in the closet. Hey, Bobo. This case is fishy, just like all these other cases, y'all. I smell something, and it don't smell good. She was in a cabin in a bedroom in a trailer behind mom's house, and nobody seen. Does anybody seen a picture or video of her being carried out of there or anything? Remember how they used to do that when the news, they used to, like, if they found a child or something, they would show at least a video of them being rescued and the parents asking for help. Why ain't we seeing that? This guy has been stalking them for a long time. He lives a few miles from them. Hey, Tree! I seen on the news tonight that he almost tried for a neighbor's kid, but grandma was there. I seen that too. They did interview the neighbor. I don't know, guys. Too hush tush, too private. We're not seeing parents. We're not seeing. I don't know. I don't know. We got boots on the ground though, so that's one thing we can say. We do have a YouTuber who is boots on the ground that would let us know if anything's not right. He actually lives 2 minutes from her, so he's been watching her. He has been watching her. Make no mistake. Creepy though. Very, very, very creepy. But I don't get it. I really just don't get it. So I mean, if he is, why haven't we seen the parents? That's all I want to know. You need a coffee for that one? Weirdo. I wonder if they are celebrities. They must have some kind of money because remember the governor got involved. It's being kept quiet, just like a lot of other things. You don't see. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm praying he didn't do anything to her because with the Carly Trent, he was arrested for like kidnapping too, but they never mentioned that she was essayed until it went to court. And then he was charged for it. So, yeah. What did he do for a living? They said he had MS. So he lived at home alone. Maybe it's been kept quiet for a reason they don't know yet. Well, they said allegedly, speculations is that they were looking in the backyard of his house to see if there were any more victims possibly back there. I don't know. There is not a lot of huge media presence. Exactly. Ah. Is it election year for the governors? I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. I was worried about most of the day. I was really low. Well, we did say a lot of prayers for this girl. Hey, Rain Girl. Oh dear, he doesn't look stable at all. No, he don't. But nowadays, do we even know what's real and what ain't real? They probably want to make sure they have everything covered before bringing others out for an interview. Yeah, allegedly, the way that cop's interview was, that there may be some speculations is that there could be somebody else involved. The governor was close to there when it happened. Hmm. Hey, Bella Star! People are saying she's related to the family, but that's rumors. Um. Well, I'll keep prayers for you. God is love. So he must be doing that. Political move for governor. I don't know. I'm not saying anything, y'all. I just sometimes don't think like why wasn't the parents interviewed? Why were we not seeing the parents? Why? I mean, remember back in the day, if y'all are my age, when people were rescued, kids were rescued, or um, kids went missing, that you at least saw the police bringing the child back, like in Australia when the little boy was recovered in the woods. It actually showed videos of them giving him back to his mother. Why haven't we seen anything on this? And we know that one was real because the mother, she was like almost about to pass out. She couldn't even walk. And the family was there. The news was actually there with the family. But yet you don't see no mother, no father on the news. You don't see the rescue. I don't know. It's really weird. Really, really, really. I don't trust anything anyway. I think everything is sus no matter what. Me too, y'all. Even a Sasquatch. I don't understand why the parents haven't been interviewed. That's what gets me. That is what gets me. And then all of a sudden they want to take her picture down. After everybody shared that picture, just kind of like the Kylie Rodney. Remember what happened on that one? They normally interview the mother and the father. Exactly. And all of a sudden, there's no interview. There's no nothing. Like, I don't want to be like Ryan Upchurch or anything, but it's really kind of weird. Father was part of the pipe filter union, and family members was in a Sanctadian fire department. The union is strong. Maybe they were afraid because they had two other children as well. Yeah, but usually, I don't know. I just don't think it. Hey, Sleuth Fairy. I'm smelling another Kylie Rodney thing on here. Something wasn't right with that. But at least it showed her parents out looking for her and stuff. It didn't even show her bicycle. Like, would they not have had to leave the bicycle in the same place for hours? I have a problem with the parents. You do too. I mean, like, there's nothing being shown. Like, literally nothing other than the area. It's not even, there's not even being, let's see, 2 days after cops burned in to the camper to find the 9-year-old Charlotte stuffed in the cupboard and allegedly found her abduction wearing only his underwear. See, I'm just saying, I don't know, y'all. Let's see. New details have emerged about a sketchy past on Craig Nelson Jr., arrested in 2017 on accusations he choked someone in a domestic incident. NBC reported Wednesday. City police records. See, I don't trust these news stations, y'all. I'm sorry. It's just why? Why are we not seeing interviews with parents, people in the campground that was there that day? I just thought it was odd that the governor was involved publicly. Exactly. That was a red flag for me. Y'all know how I am. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I ain't lying. I got that emergency test too. Scared me. Yeah, I did too. It scared me. Let me tell y'all something. Get prepared. I ain't going to sit here and say not to. I'm going to tell y'all right now, get prepared. Because before next year's election, something is going to happen catastrophically. Because, hey, Gail, they are not going to let this election go. Just like with the last election, we got COVID. Hey, Dolly, LOL, just saying, don't judge me. You may be going down the wrong rabbit hole. I don't know. I'm just saying, y'all. Something, in my opinion. Good night, Sun King. That guy looked like him. I know I seen people comparing Dolly to that guy, you guys. I did. I don't know, y'all. I'm not going to be mean like that. Hey, Weezer, if they caught him by fingerprints, then he has a record. See that right there, Weezer? That's a big, I don't know. See? Hey, Scouts, boo! I'm saying, Forensic says, I'm not saying to all people with schizophrenia are bad people, but when he holds his eye level, you can see the whites of his eyes under his pupils, which is possible sign of schizophrenia. Could be. Or could he be a crisis actor? I'm just saying, y'all. I'm saying I might be wrong. It could very well be true. That little girl is lucky to be alive. Her parents should have educated her. Well, the problem is, why haven't they showed pictures of the bicycle? And when anything like that happens, that they're going to be. Well, maybe the crime scene wasn't able. Maybe they wasn't able to take pictures of the crime scene, or they wouldn't let news. I don't know, just something not right compared to what news used to be. Something ain't right in this case. No parents present, just a lot of quietness. The only boots on the ground there is JLR. So I don't know. I'm surprised the family wasn't begging for her return. I'm sure they found the bike, but they pretty much knew she was abducted. I could be wrong, y'all. I could be wrong. I don't know. But like I said, y'all, get prepared because something big is coming. They did not do that emergency thing today on our phones for no reason. Make no mistake. Something's getting ready big to happen. Now, mark my word, y'all gonna say Daisy didn't say it. But Daisy's gonna go back and tell y'all today is the day that Daisy announced it. That something is gonna happen before next year or early on next year that's gonna interfere with this new election for president. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm sorry. Just like today, they sure hyped up this emergency alert. Exactly, y'all. Why? Why? Because you know what's going to happen? Something catastrophic's going to happen, and they're going to end up doing what is that? Where the president don't have to leave office, he gets to stay in office. You watch. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Get prepared, y'all. Buy you extra toilet paper. Get your canned food. I ain't lying. Get you some more. Get you some more mask. Stock up on mask, sanitary stuff. You know, get you some bread. Put it in the freezer. Get you some stuff because something is getting ready to happen. I ain't gonna lie. And I really just, I don't know. I don't know. I could be wrong. If y'all ain't become a member of the Daisy's Critters crime family, please consider being a member. He looks like the Oliver North that just had that song go viral. Governor Kathy Hall is personable. I think the family reached out to her perhaps through union contact. Yeah, she could have, where they had money, they may have known her. I knew it was just only the DUI. I didn't think it was anything else. Charlotte's aunt said that the parents were so distraught that they couldn't even carry a conversation with her. I could see that happening. I could see that happening. I could be wrong, y'all. I hope I'm not. I mean, I hope I am wrong. I called into work over the emergency alert. A lot of bad things happened during the drill. Really, Dame? Martial law. Exactly, Rain Girl. Martial law. Why are they doing this now? Martial law. Hey, Daisy called it on this day, October 4th, 2023. Daisy called something is getting ready to happen before either the end of this year or early spring. It's going to interfere with this election. Watch it. Just like the C word did. I know they can't wait for that. They can take over. Scary world. I live in a town where nothing happens. Last night, carjacking with rifle tonight, SWAT. And a large LE with guns down searching for someone. Wow. I agree, Miss Daisy. Wasn't there an alert like that a couple of years ago? Why they need now? What brought this on? Because something's getting ready to happen. I'm telling y'all. Where my friend was last week, they said they went to the store and had no Clorox. Yeah, stock up on your Clorox, y'all. Stock up on your Clorox, your sanitary wipes, your gloves. Go get you some plastic gloves. Get you some. I mean it, guys. We got to get prepared. Hey, Gail. Daisy, I received a weird Amber Alert today. We all got that. It was in Spanish. We all got that alert today, y'all. Hey, Kimmy. We all did. I do believe something will happen before the next November election. Yep. They are absolutely not going to let Trump win. You watch. I do believe something will happen. I agree. Emergency broadcast is not random thing. Yep. Y'all seen that light in the sky that I seen? That was weird. What was that? Why was it hovering in the air like that? China is scary. I think China is going to be blamed for a lot. China could be very well involved. We don't know. Pretty sure our constitution state if there is a war declared, there cannot be a change of president. Yep, martial law. There you go. Because we actually thought that that was going to happen with Trump, but it never did. Trump gave in and gave up. Hey, Nora Woods. There was a couple young women murdered years ago near that guy's mom's house. And they're murdered. That might be why they're Bobby G. That could be why they're digging up, well, allegedly digging up his backyard. Allegedly, they are. I don't know. That's just speculation. There's been no proof. They're going to give alerts to stay in your homes next. Exactly, Coyote. Something's getting ready to happen, y'all. They're trying to control us. I hate to say it, but little by little, they are trying to. Everybody got it on an alert today. It was an alert. Hey, Mama Remain. I think I must be the only one in America that did not get that alert. Everyone else around me got it. Weird. Well, there's still some. I swear I heard a few phone tones going off today before the test. I was home alone. Yeah, I'm telling y'all. Something's getting ready to happen. You were seeing weird things in the sky. And no, I don't believe that it's UFOs. I do think that our military is very intelligent and they have things that we don't even know nothing about. In my opinion, y'all, this speculation, that's a rabbit hole. Where I am, we cannot find any bottled water due to the fact that New Orleans and the places below New Orleans are going to have saltwater intrusion coming in the Mississippi River, their water supply. Oh my goodness. You need to go find you a natural spring, Miss Frankie. Hey, find the cheese man. Y'all, I'm getting behind. I agree. Something major is going to happen. It sounds crazy, but I keep dreaming that Kamala will become president within the next 4 years because something big is happening with our government. I know, y'all. We're trying. I mean, they're trying to force things on us that they shouldn't force on us. We shouldn't have to be forced. Our like Christianity, our Christian beliefs are down the drain. Like they have no regards for our rights as Christians. I'm glad we are on well water. Yeah, and I've got a natural spring on my land, so I don't know if I should be upset or glad that I didn't get it. I hold on to my phone waiting, but it never came through. It's really weird, Mama Remain. America is very powerful and very corrupt. Well, the world is corrupt, but America is. No, I don't want her to be president either, y'all. I don't know. I don't want no Democrats. I'm not, and I don't want to get political, but I'm definitely not a Democrat person. Dang, our country has let China buy land here. I know. That's a scary thing, Rhonda Lynn, to become. And then, with all the crime, and look at our cities, man. Our cities are getting taken over with zombie people. Like people are so messed up on drugs they can't even control their body parts. The homelessness is taking over. San Francisco used to be a beautiful city and now it's become horrible. Stock up, that's best advice. Get some solar panels, get prepared off grid. Yep. Get you a wood burning stove. Hell, get you a campfire. I'll cook outside if I have to. Do you remember the National Emergency Alert System? I remember that. To get out on our TVs, this is a national broadcast emergency system. She thinks we're paranoid. We're going down that rabbit hole, always late. You know how we do. America is becoming like Babylon. America is slowly losing our Lord and Savior. There is still a lot of Americans that do believe in God, but slowly they are. Rumor has it Newsom will be put up. God help us if he's president. He ruined California. Wow, I've not heard of him. What does the Bible say about the million man army in the end times? What country had enough people for that besides China? Um, there's another country because I remember watching that. Listen, end times is not going to happen in America. If you see some signs and wonders of the end times, it's happening in the Middle East, like the Euphrates River is drying up and things like that. It's all going to happen in the Middle East. It's not going to happen in America. We didn't see King Can for 13 days when Summer went missing. I don't know how long it was. They did an interview not long after uh, that, but at least you did see Can Can. We're not even seeing her parents at all. We're not seeing her parents at all. Hey, Karen A 71237 Christine has five fives after her name. She does. The parents is asking for privacy at this time. I hope so, y'all. I do. Well, we're not showing anything anyway, so. Hey, trust no one. Miss Daisy, I believe it will be worldwide when Antichrist is revealed. Well, they're already working on that right now. Uh, the what's it called, y'all? My mind is going blank. The UN, y'all. They nothing but a bunch of Masons and Freemasons and satanic Satanists, y'all. I'm sorry. It is what it is. The parents stated they were distraught and said they are focusing on their child. They aren't suspects. No, no, we're not saying that they are suspects. We're just saying it's a little fishy about the whole thing. The UN is horrible. The photo of that guy reminds me of a toaster oven. Debbie, I'm not sure what is the most powerful anymore. It's a huge thing for your child to be kidnapped and found 24 hours later. I'm not saying that it ain't. I'm just saying why wasn't the media on it more? I don't know. Just it's just too hush hush, quiet to me. I'm sorry. But there's that little red flag in the back of my head, just like with Kylie Rodney's case. UN was established for the world to control for the elites. Exactly. But it's all biblical. The UN is evil. We need to step out of that evil entity. Same with all the other agencies were involved. Do you believe in the rapture, Daisy? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. We can't stop whatever is going to happen. Nope. All we can do is pray and get ready. I think China outbeats America now. Maybe at one time, America was a powerful country, but I don't feel like it is anymore. New World Order, yes. Hey, I want Heart to Touch. And man, look how hard they've been trying to take our pow pows, pew pews. The parents probably don't want to answer questions. We really don't know what this child went through. Exactly. Could be. Could be. But why isn't there any more media on it than what they are? Like it's getting to where YouTubers are doing more media than the actual news is doing. Like that's like with the escape guy. Like the news was there. Box 29 was there and they were live streaming, but after they left, all we had was JLR and the Nick guy. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have known or been able to see what we seen. So why is the news media not covering this like they should? Are they being paid not to? China owns the US since Biden took over. He borrowed billions. I don't know. It's just scary to me, y'all. I just feel like it's scary. The whole thing to me is scary, just like the Sasquatch thing. I don't know. But I'm going to go over a few things that Giselle from uh, Grizzly True Crime went over. A few things because she's pretty knowledgeable. Credit to Grizzly True Crime. This here is where she is going over this thing here. So, um, I think, hang on. This here. She's really good and about, she can get all kinds of stuff. Hang on.
Only watch, the first 10 minutes of a live stream or something, and then off they go. Hopefully they come back for the replay and see all the other interesting bits that we are going to uncover. I don't think you want to miss any of this live stream, but at least we're getting the important information out that the police want, right? And so I mapped out those locations that they listed right there so that we could actually see it. And it just helps me visualize as well. I don't know about you, but if they're just listing roads, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, where is that? What do they mean? So we did it from the Morrow Lake State Park, which is the first road that they list, and then mapping it out actually all the way to his mother's property is what they mean. So, Lissa said, you deserve an award for being the most respectful, informative, and best true crime channel out there. Oh, my word. Thank you so much. Now, Athena, your mind is saying, did he have help? I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe he used another car or if someone helped him or who was camping with him. I've seen rumors on some local pages.
I agree,
y'all. Date in court will be on the 17th of October. So
one of the best.
We'll keep it.
I really do think she's one of the best true crime channels out here, to be honest with you. So she's going to show this. She shows the loop that the little girl was on.
Entrance span, they might only watch, the first 10 minutes of a live stream or something, and then off they go. Hopefully they come back for the replay and see all the other interesting bits that we are going to uncover. I don't think you want to miss any of this live stream, but at least we're getting the important information out that the police want, right? And so I mapped out those locations that they listed right there so that we could actually see it. And it just helps me visualize as well. I don't know about you, but if they're just listing roads, I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, where is that? What do they mean? So we did it from the Morrow Lake State Park, which is the first road that they list, and then mapping it out actually all the way to his mother's property is what they mean. So, Lissa said, you deserve an award for being the most respectful, informative, and best true crime channel out there. Oh, my word. Thank you so much. Now, Athena, your mind is saying, did he have help? I don't know.
That's true.
I'm wondering if maybe used an.
Let's see. I want to see here. She was going over a lot today. Let's see what she said.
And Charlotte in a camper on his mother's property in Ballston Spa, New York, Monday, about 22 miles away from where she was taken Saturday at Morrow Lake State Park. The fourth grader last seen riding her bike alone around a short loop on the campgrounds. That bike found minutes later. Authorities telling ABC News it was upright on its kickstand.
The bike was upright on its kickstand. No, so not just, I'm sure we all visualize it kind of like lying down, right? Isn't that just what you think?
She's
You think of
from
like an abandoned bike in
the
a state
Netherlands.
park, but it was upright on its kickstand. That must have been quite eerie to find like that. Like, what the hell happened here?
She's from
I wonder
the
if a bike helmet, if that was like tossed somewhere, or if they found it at the trailer as well, at the camper, at his mother's house. Now, what does that mean? These predators, these groomers, you know, they know how to lure their victims towards them. So it would be like, example, hey, little girl, I have some puppies in my van. Do you want to come see them? You know, that could make her get off her bike and be like, oh, okay, cool. I'll just quickly come see them, but then I got to get back because it's dinner time. And then maybe she leaves her bike like that on its kickstand. I don't know. But they could be,
yeah.
it's not like this big attack and then grabbing her and shoving her in a car.
Yeah, like he's probably did lure this little girl, to be honest with you. He probably did.
And driving off. It can happen like that too, but sometimes these predators are so good at grooming and manipulating, and they know exactly how to talk to children that it's like, hey, little girl, I've lost my puppy or a kitty. I lost my kitty. Can you help me look for it? You know?
She's in the Netherlands.
Yes. I mean, Ted Bundy used to do that to adult
Grizzly.
females. Prey on the empathy. Be like, oh man, I've got a broken arm. Can you just please help me carry this to my car?
Yes, Ted Bundy did.
So a 9-year-old, if it's that thing where you're like, oh no, like I've lost something. I'm just making examples, right? Can you quickly help me? Yes. I mean, if you're on Patreon.
Nowadays, you definitely cannot just take it for granted, to be honest with you. You got to teach your kids, hey, don't get in the car. Don't go with them.
You know about a story with Mr. Grizzly and I as well. With, what do we call that story? I can't remember. But a guy that was like, please, can you help me find my keys? And he was trying to lead us down a very dark, deserted road into the woods. We cycled off so fast. We were also on our bicycles. That was a scary day. The Renee story. If you're on Patreon, you're going to know the Renee story. Sure. Roberta said, proud to...
Okay, let's see what they got here.
It's so scary. Oh, my goodness. So glad they were able to find her and rescue her, right?
Family.
Here is the applause.
Let's family overjoyed she's home.
Her
aunt telling WGNA radio minutes before they got news of the rescue.
Wow.
Charlotte's mom was hopeful.
And she said, I don't know, mother's intuition. I just feel like she's coming home today.
Police tell us they are trying to give the little girl and her family some space as they also try and piece together a timeline of her disappearance. As for the suspect, his next court appearance is scheduled for October 17th.
October 17th, as we know, you guys. Okay, so we're still going to look at lots of things. I hope you're here for it. Oh, I want to show you that. Wait, before we get there, thank you to Matt, MB Inc., for helping me find this freaking thing I was looking for all day. Because I'm like, where did I hear it again? It was from here. Okay, let's just listen to this little clip here.
Good morning, everyone. We have breaking news here on News Channel 13. We've been bringing you this information on the air this morning so far. I'm live outside of town of Milton Court, Chris Honorado, where we learned that the suspect in the missing of 9-year-old Charlotte Sena was arraigned here this morning at 3:10. His name is Craig Ross Jr., 47 years old. We're told he's a mailman.
We're told he's a mailman. That's where it comes from. So for everyone on the internet wondering, where did people start this thing of him being a mailman? Is it just because he put a note in the mailbox? It started with reporting from...
But we now know that he isn't a mailman.
WNYT. Which now they've deleted this clip, so maybe it's not true. Maybe it's not true. You know? It might not be true. I mean, maybe that's why they deleted the clip. I don't know. But this, I'm just showing you where it comes from. That's the receipt. So I'm showing you the receipts, okay? Let's bring this over here. So, yeah, there's people in hazmat suits. Apparently, big rumor, digging in the backyard. There's people taking things out of the house, of course. All kinds of things, right? Thank you for bringing the receipts, everyone. Right, so let's continue on. So here they say, man accused of kidnapping Charlotte Sena previously charged in domestic choking incident. So let me just give you some bullet points. He was charged with a DWI, driving while intoxicated, in 1999. Okay. Then he was previously charged with a domestic choking incident. That's a huge red flag. Neighbors say that they describe him as angry and angry loner, angry and lonely and an angry loner, and all those kind of words we usually hear with big cases, right? Oh my goodness. Like, what is this going to turn out to be? Like, is this the first time he's done something like this or not? Okay. And so there's that. And then a month before,
there she
sorry,
is.
they're showing all the pictures. Sorry about that. Oh, it's so annoying. Like, I'm trying.
Yeah, she's trying not to show her either. I pray that he didn't do anything, but they would have charged him. If they would have charged him for that. The only thing he's been charged with right now is kidnapping, which is weird. That's really weird.
I'm trying not to show her pictures anymore. I totally get it. But they're all over the articles here. Okay. Calm down. Deep breath. I'm telling myself now, deep breath. It's going to be okay. So anyway, he was not charged. He was investigated a month before Charlotte was abducted for SAing a 12-year-old relative. And then a neighbor also said that he tried to snatch her 9-year-old grandson. There's a lot of red flags with this guy. So here they say the man accused of kidnapping a 9-year-old girl. Let's try to just do this for you. Like this. How about that? Okay. The man accused of kidnapping a 9-year-old girl from a park in upstate New York was previously arrested and charged for choking someone in a 2017 domestic dispute, according to police records. And we know how dangerous choking is. That's scary. Craig N. Ross Jr. of Corinth, New York, was arrested on April 21st of 2017 after police officers responded to a report of physical domestic dispute. Authorities determined that Ross applied pressure on the throat of the victim during the altercation. Maybe it's his ex-wife, I'm not too sure, because apparently he was married and they've got 3 kids, so... Oh, man, and these typical freaking baby boy, DV aggressor criminals always end up being found at their mama's house. It's just so annoying. It's like a pattern. I can't help but see it. You know? Like, think of Adam Fravel in Madeline King's...
I love Grizzly too, y'all. I do. I love Grizzly too.
His case went to his mama's house. Brian Laundrie went to his mama's house. There's so many. We could go over a whole list. Moving on.
That is true.
Okay. Ross was charged with criminal obstruction of breathing or blood circulation, a misdemeanor offense under New York State Penal Code. While we're at it here, remember, this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So that is time to share the DV signal. I know we share it a lot over here. Please keep sharing it because people need to know. This is a DV distress signal, okay? It can also be used as a distress signal.
That's good to know.
For example, if you really need help in public or somewhere, anyway, if you just look at someone and you're like, oh man, I need help, then they know. Okay, call the cops.
Or you could just look at them like, help me. Because a lot of times if you give somebody that look, they will recognize something ain't right. Hey, No Fear, how are you?
Cops, call a manager, do something, right? Okay. Thank you on the case with Jeannie. They all go to Mama, says Jennifer Fox. Thank you for your sticker. Okay. So, they say he was arraigned at the Morristown Justice Court and released on his own recognizance, according to police records. The police know about this guy. So when people are all snarking it up about why is the governor involved, I don't know, man. Maybe it's oh crap, people are going to come down on the police so hard based on this whole history, because they probably would, and that's not good right now.
But yeah, like I said, it's weird that the government's involved. The son sure had nothing nice to say about him, and he has a young daughter. What the hell might he have done to her? Could be where the hate comes from. Well, yeah, and the thing is like I said, he's been keeping his daughter like half the week. See, I think he's got 50-50 custody. Hey, Myrtle Beach Cop Watch. In my town, they would probably say, what you looking at? I don't know. You never know. Daisy, I sent you a lot of documents a while ago if you need them. Okay, I did show them a while ago Trust No One, I did show them the documents stuff. I showed them right before you came on. But yeah, she's really good. She like is a real true crime sleuthy girl. She's on it. Daisy, on the other hand, I do true crime, but I'm not like her. I like to talk about other things. I like to go over other things. My channel is more of a variety of stuff versus just true crime. Just wanted to make that clear. But Grizzlies, she's on top of things, no doubt.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, oh damn. So you know about this guy. Anyway, so they say Ross now stands accused of kidnapping Charlotte Sena while he was on a camping trip with her family at the Morrow Lake State Park in Saratoga County, roughly 50 miles north of Albany. The frantic search for Sena drew national attention and put Saratoga County residents on edge. So the rest, that we do know. Okay. So we've got that. And then neighbors describe accused kidnapper as angry and a loner. So let's have a listen to this clip over here.
Yeah, they said he was a loner.
Yeah.
Today, we're getting a close-up look at exactly where Charlotte was found. If you take a look, you can see between these trees over here, there's a camper in that backyard behind that trailer. I spoke with a woman who lives right next door to this home. She described looking out her windows and seeing a young girl being brought out by police. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. And she said at that time, first responders began cheering and celebrating. And today she's hugging her own kids a little bit tighter. Like many people who live here, there are now a lot of questions about the man that's lived among them for years.
Hey, bless
I have been praying for the last 48 hours, and I was beginning to lose hope.
Disbelief on a quiet country road in Saratoga County.
Around 6:20, 6:25, the police came flying by, and the helicopters, and it was just like out of a movie.
Carol Brown, who has lived on Barrett Street in Milton for more than 30 years, describing the moments a kidnapping case making national headlines hit close to home.
First of all, I was happy, but then I couldn't believe that it was on our street. Of all, I still can't wrap my head around it.
46-year-old Craig Ross Jr. arrested Monday night by New York State Police, now charged with kidnapping with intent to collect ransom. Investigators say Ross kidnapped 9-year-old Charlotte Sena Saturday evening from Morrow Lake State Park, then took her here. This trailer in the backyard of Ross's mother's property on Barrett Street in Milton. A neighbor who did not want to appear on camera but took us for a tour says Ross purchased the trailer about 4 years ago. He described Ross as angry and a loner.
He purchased the trailer about 4 years ago. Well, what has he been doing for 4 years? Never mind before that. And apparently, he has MS, multiple sclerosis. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what's being said, that he has MS, and that's why he got the trailer, so he could stay there right by his mom's house sometimes.
Yeah.
I wonder, though, like, did he have any other motives to have a trailer right there? Not by his house?
And that was where the girl was allegedly found. She was allegedly found in that camper. I mean, usually you got to watch out for these guys that's loners and stuff. And that's just like with Summer Wells's case, Could the same thing have happened with Summer? Even though she was in a rural area, all it takes is one person. Candace is a very caring person, and like she's friendly with everyone. Could she have met up with somebody, said hello, been very kind to her, and that person follow her home and was there at the right time? I still think that maybe they may have seen Candace out without the boys and knew the boys were at home alone, and snuck up there and was looking for one of the boys when Candace came home with Summer, and they just kind of hid out in the basement or in the back there. I don't know. But this just goes to show you and prove to you that there is stalkers out there, and there is people out there that will do this. Like Candace and Don don't have money, of course it wouldn't be a ransom thing, but what if there was something more going on, which we don't want to go there, about the bad stuff, uh but you just don't know. Like, if it wasn't for the ransom note, they would have never found this little girl. They would have never figured out that this creepo was stalking her and had his eye on her, and that little girl may still be stuck in that trailer to this day, right now, or, something worse, My theory, but it's been one of mine for a while, car waiting. I don't know. Do I think that Summer was in the basement and either went out that back door to her swing and that's when somebody lured her, or she was in the basement, someone come to that window and she unlocked the door? But like Candace said last night, it had to be a female because Summer would not go to just any male. So see, I wanted to make a comparison of these two cases because it could really be that this little girl, evidently, she must have went with this guy because her bicycle kickstand was her bicycle was actually on a kickstand. Like she had put it up for a minute and then, did that. So, yeah. All right, here we go.
I don't know. Anyway, so continuing on.
Ross was arraigned in Milton Town Court a little after 3 a.m. Tuesday. Court documents show he listed his permanent address as 13 Circle Drive in Porter Corners. Our cameras were rolling as state police made entry onto the property Tuesday afternoon, appearing to execute a search warrant. That neighbor we talked to says Ross approached him about a year ago, asking him if he would like to buy the property in Porter Corners from him. He says Ross told him he needed money and said he was only able to work part-time. The neighbor declined the offer.
Like, why doesn't he just put his house up for sale? That's also a little bit of a...
So that's probably the reason why he... no, Candace is not there. She's probably asleep. I talked to her before I actually did the live, and she is pretty tired. So I'd say Candace is asleep right now. But what was I going to say? Oh, that's probably why he did the ransom thing. Is that he was desperate for money? Maybe he couldn't work. I don't know, but in my opinion, he probably did not have plans of returning this little girl home. The case blew up. You know what happens when that happens. Hey, Sugar Shack, how are you? If y'all have not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you have not liked it, hit that like button. It helps my channel grow. If you would like to become a member of the Critters Crime family, please consider becoming a member or renewing your membership. That helps support my channel. And go on over to Daisy's farm and sub up. We are doing a lot of Sasquatch videos over there. In fact, I'm going to post another one here in a little while. It's funny, y'all. Here's my membership link. Any way that you could support the channel would be much obliged. And it helps me bring more content to you guys and makes it available for me to get more equipment. I hope to get a drone. I'm working on getting a drone so I could fly it over areas and stuff and maybe do more farm videos from that drone. Because there's sometimes I'm just not able to get out there and film. So, yeah. Consider becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Yeehaw.
A red flag, right? Why don't you just put your house up for sale like a normal person? Like, why do you have to walk over to your neighbor? Hey, neighbor, do you want to buy my house? Yeah, I need the money. You could buy it for real cheap. You want it? Very interesting. Very interesting. So, and they, as you heard earlier, they described him as as angry and a loner.
Other than a DWI arrest in 1999, police so far have not mentioned anything else about Ross's background. The investigation into why he took Charlotte still very active. Those closest to it praising the efforts of everyone who helped to get Charlotte back home.
I choose to be on camera now is to hopefully put some closure to it and to say thank you to everybody who worked so hard to make this day happen.
These cases don't always end this way.
No.
One of the questions we're working to answer is whether or not this was a targeted kidnapping. Sources close to the investigation say that Ross's home in Porter Corners is just a short distance from the Sena family home. Ross is due back
on October 17th.
October.
Right? Okay, I'm going to have to start moving things across so that...
Okay. So, what was I getting ready to say? I was getting ready to say something, and it left me. But yes, this guy could you imagine living beside somebody and finding out that they're like a child predator? Like, what, we don't know what this guy's idea was, what his plans was with this little girl. Do I think that he was willing to give this little girl back? No, the case got too big. I think he probably wasn't. Miss Daisy Sasquatch be looking. I know, y'all. Ain't it funny? They take a lot of practice with the drones. You were better off getting a cheap one. Yeah, I'm considering getting a cheap one. Actually, Costco has a cheap drone that I'm looking at maybe purchasing. Was that mother being interviewed? No, that was the neighbor of the guy that took the little girl. See, but it could just be all coincidence. But there is 2 more people in that area missing that he may be a serial. We don't know. The ransom note, I don't get that unless he's needing money. But could you imagine that little girl being stuck in a trailer with a creepo? Like, that's just the fact that he took her and she's stuck in a situation like that for over 24 hours probably is enough to traumatize her for a long, long time. I'm glad that she came home. They found her. I am very glad. But if this person's parents would have not had that money, or would we be looking at a different situation? I don't know.
If we can keep up with everything that we're looking at, right? We've looked at this one. There we go. Okay. So here, oh man, I'm telling you, there's so much to discuss today. We're trying to power through all of this, but my word. And yes, Stefan, you know it. Close the toilet seat when you advertise your house. Oh, you know my pet peeves. Okay, so police closed an SA probe of kidnapping suspect last month. Oh, man. Morrow, the suspect in the kidnapping of a 9-year-old girl from a state park campground last week had been the subject of a recent state police investigation into allegations that he had essayed a female family acquaintance when she was about 12 years old. Yeah, she's trying to warn everyone. Shame. I hope that all that have ever encountered this man, whatever they went through with him, that there will be justice for them too. I hope that her case will be reinvestigated now. My goodness. The incident was alleged to have occurred more than a year ago, but the complaint against 46-year-old Craig and Ross Jr. was filed this summer. State police closed that investigation last month without filing any charges against Ross, who had denied the girl's allegations, according to 3 sources briefed on the investigation.
Wow, y'all. Wow. I wonder if he had some...
The new information about Ross comes amid scrutiny of the actions of a state trooper who was guarding the residence of the 9-year-old girl's family when the suspect in her abduction dropped off a ransom note before dawn on Monday, around 4:20 a.m., right? And then drove away in his pickup truck. You see, that's what they say, in his pickup truck, okay, without being stopped, according to multiple sources familiar with the matter. Those sources said there's been no allegation that the trooper mishandled the incident, but the agency is examining whether Ross, who has been charged with first-degree kidnapping, should have been arrested at that moment. The ransom note allegedly asked for $50,000, and Ross may have had Charlotte write the note. That is speculation. It's kind of turning into being reported as such. We don't know. We haven't seen the ransom note.
Wow. So he possibly could have gotten that baby to write that ransom note. Wow. That is scary. Poor little thing. Thank you for putting Grizzly's thing out there too. Thank you. So I wonder if he has anything to do with this other stuff going on with these other people missing and stuff. Who knows? Who knows? Hang on, y'all. Here we go.
I just wonder, like, how did he know the exact address? Because if they're kind of alluding to this not being targeted and maybe he was just camping there, all of that, then did he ask her to write the ransom note or the address or say, you better tell me where you live because I'm going to send this to your parents now. And if they give me $50,000, you can go home. Right? Jana said, have they released the ransom demand? Allegedly, it's $50,000. So it said the ransom note allegedly asked for $50,000. And Ross may have made the girl write it, according to another source briefed on the investigation. Wow. So, yeah.
$50,000. That's crazy.
Luckily, the note allegedly included a fingerprint that was linked to Ross through a state database around 2:30 p.m. on Monday. 4 hours later, roughly 14 hours after Ross had dropped off the note, he was arrested by members of a specially trained police tactical unit while clothed in his underwear. Oh, no. No, you guys, no. While clothed in his underwear. In a trailer on the Barrett Road property where his mother, Joan, lives in an adjacent...
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to learn what happened to this little girl until the actual court trial, because right now they're not saying whether or not she'd been messed with.
Adjacent mobile home.
Sick. Yep.
Chacho says, isn't Charlotte's house just behind his property through the trees? That's what people are saying. I don't know if it's that close. It's just less than 2 miles away, so it's not like you can... I don't think it's like line of sight. I don't know. I'm sure lots more will come out from this investigation, right? Okay. So Nick the Hat said, based on a quote, based on a search of our databases, Craig N. Ross Jr. never worked for the United States Postal Service as either an employee or a contractor. USPS spokesperson. Thank you so much for that. I've been asking all day on X, formerly known as Twitter, about it. Like, I wonder, like, because it was reported that he was a mailman. So was he a mailman? Obviously, he wasn't on duty at 4:20 in the morning. But was he ever one? What did he do for work? Apparently, he could only work part-time. I don't know if are people part-time mailmen. I don't know. Who knows what he did? Who knows? But the more I learn about him, oh no, the less we want to know about him. But we're going to find out. J.A.T. Lanham said, he's toast. Thank goodness he's off the streets, right? Oh no. Musical.
All right, let's see. Yes, they've kept a lot of facts quiet. Well, that is good that they are doing that. That is a good thing that they're keeping a lot of things quiet on here, but could he be linked to these other cases? That's the thing.
Bill Neptunian said, in his whitey. Yeah, the tidy whitey is probably. Oh no, we don't want to imagine that. We are very visual people and we don't want to see that.
Did you imagine?
Clothed in his underwear. The 9-year-old girl was found stuffed in a cupboard inside the trailer. She was taken by ambulance to Albany Medical Center Hospital after SWAT team members rescued her. He was apparently uncooperative after he was arrested on Monday. He initially struggled with police officers and received what officials described as minor injuries. We saw there's like a bit of an ouchie on his head, right? We saw that. 0.2 miles away. Okay, you don't have to shout in all caps. Thank you for your sticker. I don't know about that, and I'm not going to put her address on the maps at all. So I will not be confirming that either, because everybody knows exactly where his house is now. So why would I be like, okay, let's go find her house and look where it is? No. Please leave her and her family in peace, everyone. Okay. So He was uncooperative. He got an ouchie on his head. Ugh. In a post-arrest interview that lasted a few hours, Ross gave few details, so he's not a talker, about his alleged abduction of the 9-year-old girl from the Morrow Lake State Park on Saturday evening, including whether he had specifically targeted her or just happened upon her that evening as she rode her bike alone in the campground. State police leaders and Governor Kathy Hochul declined comment Tuesday on the actions of the trooper who had been guarding the family's residence early Monday. Both state police and Hochul's office said they would not comment due to an ongoing investigation. But Colonel Richard...
There's an interview in here, too, with the police officer that I was watching. Let's see. Maybe this is it here. Is that the campground there that she was at?
The governor says Ross set the stage for his own arrest by visiting the girl's home, putting a ransom note in the family mailbox early Monday morning.
Leaving a critical piece of evidence behind, his own fingerprint.
A check of the print.
So let me just quickly make a comment there. I don't think his only motive would be the ransom, right? I think it's kind of like, if we put himself in his shoes, it's probably like 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm pretty sure he's going to be quite the predator, right? You know? Especially given all the other things that we are hearing about him. Like trying to potentially, that neighbor is going to say that she believes it was him hovering over her 9-year-old grandson and then essaying a 12-year-old family acquaintance and all this type of stuff. I think that would be the main motive, but then just as an add-on, it'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to have you write a note to your parents now and demand some money so he can get what he wants twice. You know what I mean?
Is that like a trailer park there? Kind of looks like one.
So, sickening. Okay, let's listen more.
It led cops to the suspect within hours. Witnesses say the assembled first responders erupted with applause when Charlotte was found in good condition. As for Ross,
my family had an issue with him in the beginning of the summer.
Carol Brown says she came outside one day as her young grandson was in the yard.
And standing over him, right over him with his back to me, was that man. And my heart sank.
Oh,
you confirmed
wow.
So she's talking about her grandson.
Yeah.
She said standing right over me was that grandson. David Kemp says if he was a predator, she would still be missing. I disagree. You can be.
See, the thing is has he ever got a hold of children anyway? And has he ever got a hold of like any other children? Could he have got a hold of any other children? Is this his first child that he's got a hold of, or has he been a perpetrator of other children? But why the ransom note could be because I think only Daisy can do that. What is it? Is it accident? Was she accidentally timed out or something? But yeah. New set of family member. That's scary though to think about this guy. It's very, very, very scary. Let me see here. Here's the news thing also. Here we go.
Over her night, she believes it was that man. She's that man because she lives very close by to his mother's house. He was hovering over my 9-year-old grandson, and then she came out there like, "What? Like, what are you doing?" And he raced off on his bicycle. Okay, so there's that. I think the rest we've heard. Hold on.
So the suspect gave the court a different address in Porter Corners, New York. We checked. That address in Porter Corners is literally just around the corner from where the Sena family lives. And that raises all kinds of questions about whether Charlotte was known to the suspect and whether he targeted her. That address in Porter Corners was searched today along with other locations. This is still a very active investigation. The suspect remanded to jail without bail.
Whoa.
Live in Saratoga.
No bail, in case you guys missed it yesterday.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad for that. I am. The sleuth, I don't know. She should have called the police. I would have called the police. If somebody was hovering over my grandson or my grandchild like that, I would have most definitely called the police. No doubt about that, y'all. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Oh, hang on. Let's see what we got here. This must be the area. So right here is the mother's house. Is this where the? Let's see what she has to say here.
We're selling magazine subscriptions door to door at the Creek and Pines Mobile Home Park on Middle Line Road in Milton. That's there. His mother's house is right there. Man, that's pretty close.
Oh, that is close.
Not measurement. Can we measure it?
That is close.
I just want to see from there to there. Half a mile? My goodness.
Hey, Paula.
Half a mile away. Okay. She disappeared half a mile away. And then, let's look at the other one. Christina White was reported missing in 2005. She was last seen on the 9th of June, leaving her home in Saratoga Village Mobile Home Park. Which, wait, and they talked about this one. Yeah, witnesses told police that they saw her walking along the road near Geyser and Roland Street, which is here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look how close all of those are to his mother's house, for example. It's pretty scary, right? Now, again, there could be another killer out there. Obviously, there's a killer out there because both of these girls and 3 other unsolved homicides happened in the area, and they're all unsolved. I'm sure there's lots of unsolved cases.
But there's also an SA guy that was in that area going from park to park to also that had a history of it. And so, yeah. He definitely had a history of it. And so it could have been anyone, but you never know. This guy might be linked to it. You never know.
But could it be this guy? I mean, sure. If you had to hear me talk to Fury or Mr. Grizzly, I would speculate he could be. He sounds really scary and creepy. So, yeah, and his house is over here. So, about 4 years ago, they say he bought a trailer that was, we don't know if it was stationed at his mother's house the whole time, but it was there on his mother's property, right? So, I hope that makes sense. Just something to think about. And we'll just keep our eyes on the case so that we are also not shocked with whatever may come out in this case afterwards, and how scary. Janet says, Fury.
They are keeping a lot of things hush-hushed on this case. So maybe there's more to it than what we know. Kind of like with the Delphi. We had no idea that there were satanic symbolism and stuff like that in the Delphi. Buy your children protection rings. They have them wear them when you take them in public. Exactly. Does he deserve to drive? But here we're not going to, yeah. All right, here we go, guys.
Says Mao? Yes. Me too. You said I once kept the same tidy whitey underwear on for 2. No, please, no. Let's hope he didn't do that. Oh no. Just picturing this guy. Oh my word. Like this guy. Wait. Sorry, that was Charlotte's picture. Oh no. He was found in the camper in his underwear. Shame. Charlotte was stuffed in a cupboard in an adult sweatshirt. That is so scary. Archimane said both redheaded. Yes, that's true. That's true as well. Now, Angie said maybe when they do forensics in the trailer, they will find connections to others. Yes, and that's why I find it interesting with the level of the investigation that's going on at both properties now. There are literally people there with hazmat suits, and there's rumor that they're digging in the backyard. I don't know. I have not seen footage of digging in the backyard. I haven't seen drone footage or something, but I'm like, wow. Just look how much they're carrying in and out of there. They've got their gloves. It looks like a whole, it looks like.
What if they do find something? I don't know. That's some scary stuff right there. There'll probably be more onto this case than ETI. Hey, Yanni, how are you? I know you wouldn't. Yeah, we're not going to address that. Do you all still want to have the Poop Pile Island? We could still do that on the weekends if y'all want to do that. we have to do. There is certain people that we can't name or even have in it, but we could still do it, and that is regards to everyone. They are flying drones over his house now. They are. Huh. Let's see if we can find something else on here. I don't want to take all Grizzlies stuff here. Let's see about the thing here on Charlotte. La, 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 la. Charlotte. Sena. Let's see what we can find. There is some news stations that you have to watch out for. So um, we just I don't think we could watch Inside Edition. Maybe News Nation. Hang on just a second, and I'll bring it up. Mumbo jumbo, mumbo jumbo. Here we go.
You know, I look at that and I say, was this something that was a spur of the moment thought after? In other words, was this always planned
Right,
that he was
Sandra?
going to hold her for a ransom and ask for money, or was this an afterthought? I mean, 2 days had passed before this note was delivered. So it gives me pause as to whether this was an afterthought or whether this was planned from the very beginning.
How often are we hearing about cases? I mean,
Innocence, we're just gonna ignore. We can't give that any kind of attention. So let's just look over it and not bring attention to it. I'm well aware of it.
I mean, first of all, his arrest record, we only see the DWI arrest. There had been early reports out that, you know, this might have been somebody who might have had a sexual criminal past. It doesn't look to be that case. In this case, it really just seemed to be extortion to be the motivation behind this.
Right. That's what we're seeing with this note. But again, that
I really feel like that he was not going to give this girl up. I feel like he would probably have unalived her after he got the money.
delay does bother me. To hold a child for 2 days, basically, almost, before giving a ransom note, and then in the note, not giving terms. In other words, if and by what date, and this is how you contact me, and this is how we're going to do it. And if you get the FBI involved, you're in trouble. Normally, ransom notes have a lot of information, not just I need the money and you'll get your daughter. So it seems ill planned to me.
Yeah, I'm curious. A lot of it seems ill planned. I'm curious.
News Nation is a good source to get your news from. Like ABC and all the rest of them, they're not too credible, but News Nation's pretty good. And so is that other one, too.
In cases like this, and given your FBI expertise, how do law enforcement get information from Charlotte, from a 9-year-old? She's a little girl, but there's important information that she can tell them. Did they drive around for some time? Did he take her straight back to his trailer? Did he ever see his mother, who lived in the house that the trailer was behind? You know, did he feed her? Did he take care of her? How are they going about getting that information from a child that young?
Well, I agree with you, Elizabeth. She is the key witness. And so that sort of interview is going to be so important. And they are going to have specialists there to help conduct that interview that normally work on child abduction and child cases involving children and involving.
Can one of my mods put out a News Nation link if you can? I'll put it out here in the chat right quick. Let me see if I can put it out here. I'll put the link out here for News Nation. There we go.
Involving minors, and they're very specialized in terms of how she's going to be questioned, and they're going to make sure she's in a very comfortable environment and do the best that they can to make her comfortable and get rapport with her so she can provide all of the details she knows.
Yeah, it's delicate work, but it's in this case vital.
You know, it's really, really sad that this little girl has to go through that. What she had went through in those 24 hours is really, really scary. Like, she'll never forget that, like, for the rest of her life. We don't know what he did to her. He may have just been, like, just keeping her locked up or whatever. We don't know if he fed her. We don't know how she was treated. It's really, really a scary, scary thing to think about. I pray that the Lord was with her and that, she didn't have to go through all this. But unfortunately, this is something that she is definitely going to have to deal with for the rest of her life. And it's gonna be post traumatic for her. This is the guy here. He's in custody. He's in jail now with no bond. It angers me to the core what is happening to our children. I know. Our children is not safe anymore. They absolutely are not safe. We had a fire, now we have flood warnings. Oh no, Shelly. That is not good. That is not good. We're just kind of going over Charlotte's case and how really weird and odd it is, and just talking a little bit about it. I didn't get a chance to really talk about it much before she got found, but this guy's a weirdo. Like, he's really weird. But if he had MS, I don't see, like, they're usually like really weak people. So I don't know. Execution needs to be done to these people. It's the only way to get 100% closure. Hey, Southern Girl 88, how are you? But anyways, you never know, like, who's creeping around, who's watching. He obviously knew this family had money. Money was his agenda, and I hope that's the only thing that, like, could you imagine how scared this little girl was, though? Could you imagine? I do hope she's okay too. I pray that she's okay. Um, but you never know. She's not going to be okay mentally. She's definitely going to be. I agree. Capital punishment would stop a lot of this. Now, I do think. Hey, MC Lick Lick. I do think with cases where it comes with pedophiles and people hurting children, I do feel like there should be a capital punishment for that. I wouldn't leave your mind ever. It wouldn't leave your mind forever. When I was around 14, I was grabbed in a local pool by a douche and never told anyone except another. He did it too. I was scared and embarrassed. Yeah, I've been there, done that myself. I did. I've been there. I know you never forget it. It's something that never leaves your mind. And this poor child was locked in a cabinet maybe for a long time. Like, we don't know how long he had this baby in a cabinet. We don't know if he let her use the bathroom, if he fed her, if he gave her water, what his plans was. We don't know what his plans was with the baby girl. Very sad, y'all. Very, very sad. But thank God he messed up and did the ransom note and left his fingerprint. How stupid. This guy must not watch TV. You never forget, I never told my mom. I told my mom about mine when I was like 13. But you never forget. And if you have children, you're like the biggest helicopter mom, and I know if I have grandchildren, it's going to be worse because I'm already that way with my bub. If he had MS, hopefully he wasn't able to harm her physically. I guess that's probably the best way to put it. Yeah, Shelly, because it makes you really weak. Just makes you wonder why he got so desperate. Like, I understand that people want money, but to take a little child to stalk her like that at a park. And how did he know she was alone? I don't know. For him to know, he'd have had to been hanging out at that park. How did he know she was going to go back around that one more time alone? He doesn't look that wise. No, he don't. I know, but you would have thought that somebody at that park would have seen him snooping around. Because it was just like a loop and there was lots of campground people. How did people even see him lure her? I don't know. And it was just within about 10 or 15 minutes. It's not like that she was gone for hours. I know, and I don't understand that either, MC. I'm glad he was stupid enough to leave his fingerprints. Me too. Castration. I don't even think castration would do it. Does that get rid of the perversion? You would think it would. I never got out of the pool so fast, nearly ran over to the top of my friend, but when I told her he had done it to her too, so okay, you was okay then? Wow. But then it scars you for the rest of your life after something like that happens. And this girl and her parents will be traumatized. What that mother and father went through in those 24 hours really, really, it really, really isn't, you know, I couldn't even think it. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even imagine what they went through in those 24 hours. I never got out of the pool so fast, but it's scary to think about what could happen, y'all. You can't even let your kids out in your front yard by themselves. No, castration doesn't work. They use other things. They have hands and other things they can use. I wonder if the perversion drive, though, the perversion drive goes away with castration. I wonder if he was actually there with his camper, took her and left before she was no. That's a good thought, Frankie. That's a really good thought. I know they get 3 hots and a cot, innocent. They living it up. They get cell phones and iPads and everything in jail now. Hell, it's like a luxury hotel in the jailhouse. Experts have said castrating doesn't work, but it's a perversion of the mind. Wow. You're absolutely right. It would have to be like a perversion of the mind. A demon. I think it's a demon. Demons. Let's see. I never see children playing outside anymore. I miss the sound of the neighborhood children yelling and laughing. They don't even trick or treat anymore. Rarely, I mean, a lot of kids do like trunk or treats, like where they get in a group and stuff. But other than that, they don't even do trick or treat anymore. They don't trick or treat at all. And it's not safe for kids to trick or treat. They either do a trunk or treat now, churches or whatever. And that's a shame because that was the funnest part when you're a kid, is to trick or treat. The devil is alive. The devil is alive. The devil is alive. The devil is alive. There is medication for people like that in correction facilities and hospitals. Well, it doesn't help. It does not help the fact that there is pornographic images on the internet. Like our TV is practically porn anymore. There's so much access to pornography. When you got somebody that's got a perversion already, and then you add that on top of it, you know, that's like Jeffrey Dahmer. He was an extremely perverted man. He went so far as to go buy him he stole a dummy out of the store. Yeah, I think that they should make. I do. I think they should make. I know they make certain like dummy dolls, women stuff. Because I've seen, have you ever watched that movie, that show where people has like weird obsessions, like I forget what it's called, but it's like fetishes and stuff. Like people marry cars. I think I even seen a woman marry a freaking Ferris wheel that she bought from some carnival. She married it or pretended to be married to it. But anyway, they have these dolls that I guess they're like blow up dolls, or like they're not really dolls. They look like women, and they're for certain purposes. I think that they should make those kind of things more available. So if somebody does have a perverted mind, they could, use that doll like Jeffrey Dahmer did, or that, what are them things called in the store? Dummies. You know what I'm saying? That way they could use one of them and not really take it out on a child. But unfortunately, nowadays, I just think anybody that has a perversion, that has any kind of perversion or anything that has to do with a child, that wants to hurt a child in any way, is just pure possessed with the freaking devil. And there's no hope for them. They just need to be locked up where they can't hurt people. And letting these suckers out early on, I do think that, there you go, blow up dolls. Well, the one thing that my strange obsessions, I think, is the movie, the show, mannequins. Thank you, Jacqueline. Mannequins. So, yeah, these mannequins were used in this strange obsession show for these guys, and they really they had like more than one, but like they would work all day and come home and actually believe that that was their lover. Does that make sense? Like obsessionally, and that's okay. Hey, if you want to have a lover mannequin and it keeps you from going out here and being a purr and hurting someone else, or hurting, a child or anything, hey, more power to you. Make them more affordable. Give these freaking perverts what they want. But if they are children, if they've ever been convicted, I just think they need more time than a few years. They don't need to let these people out of jail. It's called My Strange Obsessions. And one woman dresses up like a pony girl, and she gallops around because she really thinks she's a pony. It's really weird. One man was in love with his car, and he literally had a adult relationship with his car. Did y'all ever watch that movie, that show? Hey, Susie Spears. It's called My Strange Obsession. Oh my Lord, these people. And some of them, like, I know one woman ate the wall. She was obsessed with eating the wall. Like what do you call that in the wall? The panel, not paneling, but drywall. She eat drywall. She was obsessed with it. Do y'all remember watching that? That was a weird show. You would be surprised at the freaking crazy people out here that does that stuff. Do you remember the Pony Girl, Kim? You watched it? Yeah, weird. My husband's grandma used to eat Vicks Sav like it was candy. Mannequin. Like she would eat a whole bottle of Vicks Sav. I don't know why, but like her body craved it. Like I was blown away at some of these people. But yeah, there was one man that had several of those sexual mannequins. Like you could literally, and it was disgusting, y'all. It was disgusting. That wouldn't help Biden, who likes to smell the hair. I don't know. Everybody has different fetishes. And so, weird. That's just like people that likes feet. Is that not weird? Or like, I don't know. Or farts in a jar. You know what I'm saying? Those people are freaking crazy. Y'all know it. They're just crazy. Like, people are weird. Like, sickos. Nasty. Men, a lot of men. Women too, though. I mean, that woman was eating the wall. She was eating the damn drywall out of her house. Won't be long they can buy themselves their own robot chick. That's what I was thinking too. Like, they should make that kind of stuff available so pervs can have their perversion, but not with a real human. Listen, there's a website, y'all, years ago when I was a youngster. Well, I don't know. I wasn't a youngster. I was a little bit older, and my brother told me about it. And it's called blankcity.com. And literally, SHIT, on that website, it shows people eating SHIT. Women taking a bath in SHIT. It was disgusting. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And I was very traumatized by it. But yeah, there's people that does that, y'all. That's disgusting. Yes. Listen, if you like farts in a jar, you need a padded room ASAP. Well, I reckon you could sell them for like money. But by the time the person got it, it probably would have already worked its way out, I would assume. Yes, it was a porn site. And my brother talked me into going into it. Like, I just seen the first page and I was like, I'm ready to go. Because it was disgusting. But I think that's where a lot of these sickos that does this kind of stuff, I think this is where they get their perversion, because it's so accessible to them now. They can just get on the internet, go search it up, and find this crazy stuff. You know, like if you're going to marry a car, go marry a damn car or a Ferris wheel or eat the wall out or become a pony. You know, it's not like this world's normal anymore. Hell, listen, as long as these people don't touch children, they can do whatever they like in the closed doors. Exactly. Let them go buy their mannequins and their robots, their blow-ups, and everything else that they need. Just leave little kids alone. You know, what if a dumb man wants to pay me for fart jars. I'd take his money, no shame. Well, I thought there was somebody on here one time that said that her daughter actually sold them. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get the perversion. I just don't get the perversion. You know, and I just don't get it. And I didn't realize that there were people out here that actually was into that stuff. And I saw that and I was like, ooh, that's gross. That's gross. But it's just that way. Daisy, do you think child predators can be rehabilitated? No, I don't. Do you? I think, I mean, even Jeffrey Dahmer said that he couldn't control himself and that he would probably do it again. And, Dahmer, I think his youngest was like 14. That's the one that he drilled the hole in his head and he walked out like a zombie naked. And then they let him go back up there with Dahmer. Hey, Tams. But they also said that Dahmer was in the same mall as Adam Walsh. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know how true that is. And that Dahmer was seen at the bridge where they found Adam Walsh's, you know, head in the swamp there in the thing. So I don't know. Dahmer didn't admit to it. I feel like if he would have done it, he admitted to everything else. So I don't know if Dahmer had anything to do with the fact that, or with Adam Walsh. I think there was more sinister stuff done to Adam, just like with Shamade Ramsey. Um, so yeah, I do. I think Shambane was trafficked. I think she was part of the Epstein trafficking ring. We've went over that before. Actually, Adam Walsh's sister said that she was a victim of a trafficking gone wrong. And if I ever do get a chance to go through that clip where she talks about that in the interview, I'm going to bring that out here now. Why her family turned on her. I always thought, I always thought in the back of my head, like John Walsh is for children, right? And he knows what these Hollywood elites are doing. He knows what these celebrities are doing to these children. Why is he not speaking up, about it? But he never did. And now that his daughters came out with, all these allegations against him, makes you wonder, is he a part of it too? Could he have been a part of it? That's just like with Gabby Petito. They never said that she was unalive, beaten till she was unalive. But John Walsh got on the interview several times in front of her father, and her father never said one word and said that she was beaten till she was unalive. And nobody ever said anything or spoke up to him when he said it. So we haven't heard from Megan Walsh in a while. I know Doug was really good on that. That's one thing I can say about Doug. He was good on the Dylan Rounds case, and he was good on that case dealing with her. And I don't understand the obsession with Summer's case. That I don't get. I've actually stepped away from Summer's case. Have y'all not noticed that? I have. If Candace wants to come up here and talk about her daughter and share pictures and stuff was about Summer, I'm a-okay with that, but only on her terms and when she wants to. But as far as doing live streams about Summer and stuff, I've stepped away from it because Summer's case is very, 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 there's a lot of obsession and evil behind it. And I want to step away from that because until there's anything new, we're not ever going to figure out what happened to her. You know, but like I said, if Candace wants to come up here and share Summer, her pictures, her birth certificates and stuff like she did the other day, then I'm fine with that. But as far as doing a whole live, I'm not going to do it anymore. Epstein's woman was in the Jean pageant. Yeah, I showed that picture of her, that gazelle woman, the madam. Yeah, she was seen in Chamonix's pageants. And maybe Megan is telling the truth. If I find that clip where she was on there talking about, she said that Chamonix was a victim. She said she was severely abused and essayed. But the thing is, what give it away from me is that is that she peed in the bed. That right there is a sure sign of abuse when a child is urinating on themselves and stuff. And I think beauty pageants exploit kids. I'm sorry, but these kids don't need to be dressing up like little hookers at 5 and 6 years old. I just don't think that it's appropriate. And I don't know. I don't know how true it is. It's just speculation. But I do think there's something more sinister. Even the detective said that morning when Chamonix's dad brought her upstairs and laid her body down that she looked him in the eye and she said she instantly saw the person that did it. I don't know how she could have done it, but I don't think Chamonix's case will ever be solved because I do actually think that there's something more sinister with that case too. At this point, in my opinion, the folks talking about Summer now are just in it for the money. These people talk about some stuff over and over and over again. Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. And it's okay to talk about her, but there's nothing new. So basically, all they're doing is just tearing apart the family and making up lies and speculations. There's nothing new in the case. Nothing. There's no new leads. There's nothing. But a lot of people love Summer, and to see new pictures of her and to find out what kind of person she was and find out information about who she was as a person. Yeah, I think that's totally okay. Let's see. I agree, Brown Bear. But guys, I've been on here for 2 hours, and I think we've had a pretty good live. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this live tonight. I don't know if I'll be on early on in the morning or not. We may do an early morning live stream. I don't know. Depends. But tonight's been a good live, and I did a live earlier on my farm channel. If you've not seen it, go check it out. And oh, hey, Cindermint, how are you? Let's see. I loved your little forest drive live today. So pretty. Thank you. I've actually got some more footage of it looking for the Sasquatch. I'm gonna post it on my farm channel, guys. I think it's funny. We'll do more of them because they're just fun to do and laugh about. Hey, Rebecca G. But the more I find out about this Charlotte's case, we'll cover it more. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and end this live for the night. And I might be back. I don't know. stay tuned. But if you've not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Please consider becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Going over to Daisy's Farm and subscribe over there. Stay prayed up. Have a great night, y'all. Get out of these YouTube streets and go breathe a while. And yes, we can do that. We can do that, Alexa. I got more videos coming. I may be going to the Appalachian Mountains. I might take my 4-wheeler up in those mountains and go Sasquatch. We probably will find a couple bears because there's bears everywhere in Harlan's Mountains and elk. So if anything, we'll come upon some bears because I can go to a park right now in Harlan where there's bears all over. So yeah, get some vitamin D. But I love you guys. Stay prayed up. Have a good night. God bless. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Keep your eye out the window. There might be a Sasquatch out there somewhere. I love y'all. Have a good night. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Inside of me, you better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows mean. He gets claws real big, pissed off quick, and if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the sword, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the fourth departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick. You left scars ripped, you'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Adrenaline pressure, it's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honestly believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. So, he's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's